What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here, guys. Today is Posed Up episode 8 with myself and the legend Anthony from SixScaleMafia. Today we are going to cover the big boy here, Venom. I thought I'd bring along Spidey because I think, well, you'll probably know why I want to bring along Spidey. But looking forward to having some fun with this one, guys. And without further ado, let's just get into it. You know how we do. I don't mess around. Let's bring the big dog in now. Anthony, what's up, mate? Thanks for being here.
What's going on, bud? Hey, thanks for inviting me, man. It's gonna be fun, man.
I'm looking forward to it, mate. Looking forward to having some fun with Venom and chatting, collecting, and all the stuff that we're into. So looking forward to that. Now, before we get started, mate, let me just address the chat real quick because we've got a few peeps here already. Thanks, guys, for being here. So the Collector One, thanks for being here, mate. Absolute legend. Where are we? I'll pop your comments up here, guys, as well. So appreciate that. Looking forward to our poses. Well, we hope that we can pull some stuff off for you today. Max Geekdom, thanks for being here, brother. Let's go, legend. And then we have, what's going on, mate? Dericus Maximus. Hope I'm saying that right. Hello, excited for the episode. Listening at work, nice work. I do that a lot too when I'm at work because I'm generally at work when most people are streaming. So I feel you there, man. Max, yes, just smacked my face with that.
Been there.
Thanks for sharing. And Willie Woodson, what's up? Thanks for being here, mate. Thanks for being here, guys. You know, if you've watched this show before, you kind of know how we do. I like to chat and just get to know our guests a little bit more, and then eventually get into posing. If we get carried away this time, don't hesitate to remind us to just start posing whilst we're talking, because I do forget that sometimes, so I do apologize. And also, when we get into it, we may start talking about Spider-Man No Way Home, so just let us know in the chat if you haven't seen it. So we don't spoil it for you, because how we talk about it will kind of depend on what's going on in the chat. And I don't want to ruin it for anybody. So be sure to let us know, because, you know, I'm pretty sure mostly everybody who's into Venom is probably into Spider-Man, and, you know, we're going to want to talk about it at some point. But to kick it off, Anthony, thanks for being here, mate. Thanks for taking time out of your day too, because I know it's Max hasn't seen it. Okay, so we'll go no spoilers then. Easy peasy. No spoilers.
Nope, that works. Spoilers. That works.
No worries, Max. We'll probably talk a little bit more. I want to get to know Anthony a bit better and find out what he's into. So we'll probably go down that route first. And when we start posing these guys up, we'll have a chat about it. But Anthony, taking time out of your day, mate, I really appreciate it. I wanted to kind of kick it off with a question I generally like to start with, which is just, you know, how did you get into collecting? When did you get into, you know, into the game, so to speak?
Well, I mean, I've always collected, right? I mean, at some form or another, like since we were kids. Now, Hot Toys, or 6 Scale, I should say, I would say probably early 2010s. I mean, like 2011, 2012, maybe.
Okay, nice.
Somewhere around there. First Avenger, Captain America, for example.
Ooh, was he your first one?
Yeah, that was the first one. You know, it's just something about him, like, because, you know, I was always collecting things, whether it was like the old, you know, 3.75s, you know, the 12 scale, or lower than that even, you know, and then you had your Legends or Black Series, and, you know, or just when we were kids, like before that stuff was even out, just always having something. And then one day, yeah, man, I just seen these figures. I'm like, whoa, like it's like next level, man. Like, and then it just it snowballed, man. It snowballed down to, you know, those places, man, that we oftentimes don't want to go, but it's been one hell of a ride though, man. You know, it is, and it's just it's great, man. They're great.
Yeah. So what was it about Cap that sparked it to you? Just like, because I know what it was like for me when I first saw that one. I'm like, oh, I just have to have it. Was it like one of those moments where you're like, what is this? And I just need to get it.
Half and half, man. Like, one, I loved Captain America, the movie, the first Avenger. Prior to that, I mean, I've always read comics since I was, you know, a kid, you know, all that. So I'm well aware of everything. So when the MCU first started, you know, in its infancy, I was pretty excited because, you know, I've been reading these things my whole life. Now I get to see them on live, you know, on the big screen. And they were doing a phenomenal job. So yeah, when I saw Cap, I really love that movie. I really love World War II. So it was just a cool mix of everything. And then I saw the figure, and it was just like, yeah, at that point I just knew I needed to have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to have
Hell
it.
yeah.
So but you know, it's funny because you look back on that now and that figure's not that good.
Isn't it funny how over time, like, you're like, oh man, just that's how things progress.
Yeah,
I
like
guess,
I can't imagine what like 2030 is gonna be.
yeah, like we're gonna
Right?
look back on these and be like, oh man, like really?
Exactly. Like, this is
Scene
garbage.
lines?
Like, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, no, they're great though, and it's cool that they're always innovating. At least, you know, Hot Toys or even third parties. You know, third parties are getting
Yeah, man, the game's
some of their
changing.
stuff's
I feel
giving
like the
Hot Toys
game's
a run for their
changing.
money.
I feel like the game's changing. I think
Yeah.
we need more of it. I think we need more competition. You need more competition to push new boundaries. Otherwise, you're at the whim of the person in charge, right? It's the
Oh,
same with anything.
absolutely.
If there's just one, they can do what they want whenever they want, and you're not going to do anything about it. But when there's competition, you get more, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And we're starting to see that, I think, especially with some of Hot Toys moves, like, you know, the OG Loki and things like that. I feel like that's maybe a reaction to third parties doing things, you know?
It definitely is. It definitely is.
Yeah, man.
You got to
Definitely.
figure for a while it was like Hot Toys, and even if you consider Sideshow, you know, even though they're not necessarily competitors, because they're more partners, you know, for distribution. But
Yeah.
Sideshow
It is
makes
a bit of a
lot
strange
things.
one, isn't it? Yeah,
it
it's
is
a bit of a
weird.
strange one.
But
Like you're
Sideshow
partnering
figures
with
are
a
not that
competitor.
great. You know what I'm right? But so when they release figures, I think Hot
Yeah.
Toys looks at Sideshow like,
Yeah.
we ain't worried about it, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's
you're
true.
right. So they become kind of, I don't want to say they become stagnant, but they may become a little complacent because they don't have competition, like you're saying. So they're like, you know, we can do what we're doing right now. We can save you. We can cut costs and keep continuing this because there's really no threat.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying with competition is phenomenal, because then there becomes a threat, which means now everybody's like innovating and trying to stay on top, which is just better for the consumers overall.
Hell yeah, man. And like if the third parties keep doing like ones that they're not doing, I'm interested to see if now every time they do one, if Hot Toys then comes out with it. You know what I mean? It'd be interesting to see, like,
just to see if
especially
they're
with Doc
like,
Ock. Yeah, like if
right,
you know, because classic Loki, I just didn't see like Hot Toys doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't see him doing it, you know. And so that one's a real interesting one for me, especially because that's now how many figures from Loki at the show are they doing compared to other shows, like
exactly, quite
Winter
a bit.
Soldier, WandaVision. You know, we haven't seen anything from Hawkeye yet, which after today, because we get the Hawkeye finale today, which I'm looking forward to.
Oh, nice.
And it'd be interesting to see what they bring from there. And we've got a few more people in the chat. Let's just address them. Fabs, what's up, Fabs? He said,
hey,
does Anthony collect? Does Anthony collect? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he does.
Only on the weekends.
Only on the weekends. And Randy, what's up, Randy? Thanks for being here. 2030. What's this? Big communism. Nice. Docinator, what's up? Thanks for being here, mate. Classic. So I guess when that kicked you off, then Anthony, when you got that cap, what was the next one you got? Like, you know, was that it? And you're like, oh man, this figure's sick. I need to get another one. Or was it like, because when I got my first one, it was a long time between when I got my next one. Like,
it was not too long of a wait. It's almost like that first taste, man, of addiction.
Yeah.
You know, and
yeah,
I have an addictive personality. So
as do I.
You know, fortunately I've been pretty good on all other departments in life. So it's just a little rough, you know, when you do find something like that and you get a taste for something that you're like, ooh, I'm really, really into this. And then all of a sudden you have to be careful, man, because your reason goes out the window. You know, so yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah, no, but it wasn't too long, man. I am addicted to tacos, as Fabio said. But no, like, you know, after I think it was probably about a month, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and then I got another one.
Nice.
And then it just kind of over time, you know, sometimes you slow down, but sometimes it was this blitzkrieg, man. I was just like, have money. I'm really into
Yeah.
this, and now all of a sudden 3 becomes 4, becomes
Yeah.
8, and then you're like, okay, this looks really cool. I can start doing cool poses. I can.
Yes.
It just
Man.
changes, man. It's
That
but
was
to be
me
fair,
last
I've
year.
slowed down a
I
little.
blitzed. I blitzed last year. I blitzed
Yeah.
last year. Last year was mad for me. I just went. I'm like, okay. I think for me, I don't know if you ever felt this, but for me, for a long time, it was almost like a little secret that I didn't really tell people about, that I'd collected figures. And I look back on it now, and I'm like, I don't know why I was like that. I guess because maybe no one in my regular life was into that stuff. But I got to a point where I had like 4 figures, and I had 4 figures for like forever. I had one DTOF, and it was just in the DTOF. Like I had one DTOF full, and I'm like, that's it. I've got like my Iron Man. I've got the Optimus Prime, and I think I had 2 Iron Man, and then a Captain America. Oh no, then Wolverine actually. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then at one point, when COVID hit, man, I just took them out of the shelf and started to take photos. Never taking photos before, and the love and everything just came from there. And I'm like, oh shit, no, this is what I'm into. I'm gonna fucking go down the rabbit hole.
Very, very similar story, man. Very similar story.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody else is like that.
I think so. I think a lot of us. It just depends, man. It depends on if you have the drive, the motivation, and the talent. Because I believe there is talent involved. Obviously, skill, is a huge factor. But I mean, I think we all at some point have gotten in there. It's just how far have people gone, in that situation? Because it was very similar with me. Like I always liked taking photos as far back as I can remember, but I was never really into it, because you're around everyday life. I wasn't one of those, where I had to go find this perfect shot somewhere, it wasn't, but I like taking photos though. So, that kind of happened with me, with 6 scale figures in general, I was just like, what, these things look so great. I have to start taking some photos. Yeah. And then the diversity's there because it's not just a statue. You can constantly change your position, change your lighting. Just, you can create 100 different pictures of Venom. Same figure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just that's where I kind of took off in that respect.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Like when I first started taking photos, it was at the Mark 50 I got, because I love that head sculpt, and I copied the picture off a poster. And like when I took the photos, I look back and like I have no photography skills at all. And it kind of just, I got the passion for photography, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to start. I didn't even have an Instagram for it. I'm like, I'm going to do an Instagram and take photos and put them up. So I started an Instagram, had no followers or anything. And I just started following up. I just started searching like hot toys and what other people were doing. So then I just started following all these people, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get ideas from these guys. Like I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. And then I started getting ideas. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take photos of them in front of a TV, and then I can create scenes. So I used to take photos. If you go back on my Instagram, there's photos of like backgrounds and things, like they're in elements or whatever. And I'm like, I'm going to create scenes with them, in doing things, and see how realistic I can make it. And, that creative part really ignited for me. I like doing that. And then I never thought I'd do video. And then it just kind of slowly progressed into actually doing video. It's weird. It's like when you start anything, you just start off doing this one thing, but then it just progresses into something else crazy. Like,
well, it's the passion. It's, that's what it comes down to. I mean, if you have the drive and the creativity, I feel it was like, again, it kind of mirrors what you were saying. I was the same. I had taken photos because that's I'm not saying it's easy, but for the average person, that was the easiest thing to do, right? Because I mean, we all have even if you don't have a camera, we all have phones, so it was simple to just kind of take photos. Then you're like, oh well, maybe I'm gonna buy a camera. Maybe I'm gonna go a little further with this, and then it's like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna make some videos, because now I can, and it just like you were saying, it just kind of it goes from there, and that's how it was for me too. I didn't make anything until I started doing my hot toy reviews. Wasn't until I was taking photos for a while, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna do some things.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was for me, man. Like I never thought I'd do anything other than photos. Like when I first started, I'm like, I'm just going to do photos. I'm going to have an Instagram. That's fun. But then it started to escalate, and I started dedicating more time, like to taking the photos and thinking about how I can get more photos. And then I started watching everybody's YouTube videos. And back then it was more like watching Jetta Patrol and, Justin's collection and a few other guys like Optical 20 and Optobotomus. And I started like Dean Knight, all those guys. So I started watching those. And then I'm like, I want to see more posing and like cool lighting. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just put it on a turntable. So I bought a turntable and chucked them on there. I thought, I like music, so I want to add music to it and admire it. So I could do a pose, film it, have it for myself. And then I don't even remember why I started a YouTube channel, but I thought, I'm making these videos, I might as well put them up. You know what I mean? Like I might as well put them somewhere and just
And
see
hey,
what
you look
happens.
at them, right? You're making them and you're like, yo, this is badass.
Yeah,
If I
like I
think it's
enjoyed just
cool,
watching it. Yeah.
maybe other people will think it's cool. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Of the
Like,
same
yeah.
community.
Yeah. Like I
Yeah.
thought, I just wanted to see. I don't know what it is. I don't know if anybody else in the chat feels this way as well. And hello, Ninja Squirrel 30. Thanks, mate. He's saying Merry Christmas to us. Merry Christmas to you too,
Oh,
mate.
you
It's
as
an
well.
awesome time of year. Awesome time of year. But like for me, I just like I can't get enough of seeing what people do with figures. Like I want to see. I'm always look. It's like that. It is like a drug. I'm always looking for like especially with, let's say, Spidey. I'm always like, I want to see that perfect Spidey pose that I haven't thought of yet. I want to see what someone's done to make him look epic, so I can then
Right.
emulate it or try and do it myself. And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
always like searching for that if I'm on Insta looking at pictures and things. I'm always like looking to see what people have done and just seeing if they're doing something that I haven't thought of, or because I just think it's endless possibilities what you can do, even though they have limitations. But I still feel like
True.
there's so much you can
There's
do with
still so much you can do.
so
And
much.
it's great. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, and I just, from anything from like a hand tweak to a head tilt, or you know, something as simple as this. This is just a simple pose, but
Yeah,
I
just
just
subtle
literally,
change will create a whole new
yeah,
convey
like
a whole different message.
yeah, rather I was just going to have him standing behind him, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to put his hand up to his head like he's about to freaking grab his head or whatever,
Right.
just to just for something different. And that's the stuff I love about collecting. Like, and this whole YouTube thing was then like, okay, let's now find people that we can talk about and make friends
Absolutely.
and get
And it's
into the
cool that
same type of thing.
everybody can inspire one another.
Yeah,
In the process, like you were saying. I mean, and I as a reviewer, and I've slowed down a little just because it's been busy lately, but I was trying to explain that to other people I know, and I'm like, hey, look, it's okay because everybody reviews their own way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have their own personalities, so it's not like, and like you said, and it is also it's kind of an addiction. So, and especially if you can't afford the figure, especially there's people like you'll watch a video of that Spider-Man, and maybe you'll watch my review, and then you'll go watch Justin's review, and then you maybe go watch Dante's review. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, listen, man, if people enjoy your content, by all means keep doing it, because it's not like somebody just watches one video and then they walk away.
No, I watch them all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I watch everybody's, because again, I'm always looking to see what someone else is doing. Like I want to see, like, I might love a pose from yours, and I might like the way Justin explains something, and I might like Jetta's lighting, and like Dante's, editing or whatever. Like I like different things from different people on every different video. And so for me, I just want, like enough. Like before I got into it, like I wasn't watching YouTube at all, really. I only watched YouTube for a few fitness things that I'm into, but I never really was watching YouTube. And so like this last year and a half or so, YouTube is like just blown up for me. Like and then I thought about, oh man, you can have your own channel and you can do your own thing, and you can,
it's
like,
pretty wild.
it's madness to me. We live in a crazy time when you think about it, man. You got 8-year-old kids making 80 grand a month off playing fucking Roblox, man. Like
Jesus, man, I know.
And
meanwhile, it does. It turns into this. It turns into this whole community, and I'm just speaking in SixScale too, right?
Yeah.
So we're kind of in our own bubble, but like you said, it's blown up so much, the internet and everything, and YouTube and live streams, that you can be. It's almost like you're tuned into your own network, your own television network.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes like I'm missing out on some Marvel shows, right? I still haven't watched Hawkeye, for example.
Oh damn, yeah, okay.
Because when you have time, right? Let's say you're watching this. Oh well, shoot, I'm going to be on this, or maybe I'm not on this live stream, but my friends are hosting. I'm going to watch their thing. Oh, but then this video came out, this review or something. Let me go check this. You know what I'm saying? So you end up kind of, you're like, damn, I spent a lot of time watching various different topics that are all within this community. And it's great. It's great, man. It's cool that we can all have something in common.
Yes, and I think that was one of the main like kickoffs for me wanting to do this show is because like I thought about there's a lot of shows out there talking about like what's coming out and what's happening and all those types of things and I'm like I don't know if I can add it even though I think I still watch all those shows for what people's takes are. I'm like I want to like do something different. Like I was a big fan of Joe Rogan, so I tell a lie. I used to watch Joe Rogan on YouTube, but that was one of the main things that I would watch because I really enjoy
Me too.
his style of show. I forget because he's not on YouTube now, right? It's on Spotify, so I don't get to it as much, which is a bit annoying. Because I'll like put it on when I'm at home doing the chores or whatever on the TV, but I don't have Spotify on my TV, right? So it's kind of I've lost connection to that a little bit. But also just because I'm so busy now trying to fit in this stuff. You're right.
Yeah,
like
so
I used to watch every Joe Rogan episode, and now I'm not watching it anymore because I'm so into all our shows. I'm struggling to keep up with everybody's shows on YouTube now, like for collecting and all that type of stuff. But man, I just feel like it's growing, and what I really love about it is I think more and more people it's not like a dirty little secret as much anymore for people. I don't know if anybody else in the chat feels that way, but like for me it was like that for a long time, especially like working in the industry I'm in, and you got to be a tough guy or that type of feeling of like or you're a geek, if you're into this stuff. And I just got to a point where I was like, fuck it, like I'm embracing what I love. These are representations
you are who you
of the
are,
characters.
man, and don't hide that from anybody, right? I mean, but again, like that's how we were too, like growing up. And I've talked about this before on streams and with others, is that when we were younger, this was some nerdy stuff, man. And a lot of people, I'm not even talking about like Hot Toys, we didn't have them back then, but like being into comics or Star Wars, like a lot of people, we would hide that. Like, I don't want my friends to know because they'll make fun of me because, they're all like jocks or whatever. They're into football or this or that. And you know what I'm saying? So it was like, you would hide that. I know I would. You kind of felt like an outcast. And now it's like, it's so popular now. Maybe not Hot Toys, but just Marvel, Star Wars. Like, it's culture. Really huge in pop culture now. So I don't, on one hand, I'm kind of like resentful because for years, this was like something you'd have to kind of hide from people or things like that until you just embrace it, like you said. And you're like, you know what? I love this shit. You don't like it?
Yeah. I finally, at 38 years old, I finally got to that point. And I'm like, you know what? This is who I am. If you don't like it, I don't care.
Exactly. Exactly. Do you, man? And but you're right though. What you're saying, like it's in friends. That's why the community's so cool because like my friends don't really get the Hot Toys or the 6-scale figures or the photography. What's up, brother Cousins?
What's up? Thanks for being here, mate.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool when like you and I, for example, have never met in real life, but we can automatically connect.
Automatically
be like,
connect
that Venom's
instantly.
Badass or that pose, right? I can't do that with my friends or roommates. They'll be like, oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. Like they just
that's right. They're like, oh, okay, like like your dolls. I'm like, my dolls.
Or I just got a really good deal on a Jin Urso, and they're like,
I mean? And you know what? Like I think now I may be overthinking this, although I don't think I am. Like I think our love for these things also comes down to I love storytelling and the things you learn from stories, and like I love the creative side, being a creative person. Like I love making things or and showing things to people, like making things and showing things. Like when I used to do music, it was always about making the song, and then my favorite thing was to then play the song to people and see what they think or put it out there and all that type of stuff. Like I think if you're into 1/6, you're really into stories and lessons that you get from these characters, as well as the entertainment and fun side of it, right? Would you agree with that? Like I think it takes a special type of person who's into that more. Like, because I know people who I talk about this stuff who aren't really into movies, let's say, or books or stories, and they just work and they live and they're into other things, maybe like sports or whatever. And when
just kind of regular moviegoers,
like, and I always think to myself when I talk to these people, like, because I'll be like, oh, it's okay, I just didn't really connect. It's just it's just made up. And I'm like, man, but like you're missing out on like that wonder side of life. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I love the stories and the films for that moment of not just escape, but like I don't know, to be a part of something and to watch these. For me, I've always admired superheroes. Like I've always admired Spider-Man's, one of my favorite. I used to draw it as a kid and, all that,
Mhm.
played the video games and had the little toys back then. Like the lessons and the stories. And I realized that watching No Way Home when I started tearing up. Like me and my wife, like she was bawling her eyes out in particular areas. And again, guys, we're not going to do spoilers because I don't want to ruin it for anybody who hasn't seen it. But like I'm like, these other people who go to movies and don't feel this way about movies. I'm just like, man, I'm glad I don't feel that way because I feel like you're missing out on so much. If you're like,
Yeah.
where are you getting that in life? Like, where are you getting that connection to something greater than yourself? I don't know. I just feel like people that are into collecting are more in tune with that side of life
I
when it
agree.
comes to the stories and storytelling and the things they take
Oh
away
yeah,
from it.
because the thing is like you wouldn't. I can't speak for everybody, right? But like I wouldn't buy a hot toy, for example,
Yeah.
if I had no any kind of attachment whatsoever to that figure, because that figure's a
Mm,
character, and what that character represents, whether it's their story or the story that they're a part of, you somehow connect to that. Whether
yeah.
you directly relate to it, indirectly relate to it, or just simply love the story. Like you said, like growing up reading Spider-Man and
Yes.
X-Men, it was like you can identify with a lot of this stuff. And then on top of it, the
Yes.
storylines for the most part were very engaging. You wanted to read the next issue or the next story arc, or
Yes.
so being in that kind of, I understand what you're saying in that mentality. Like we get involved in the stories and the characters, and then we have some of us,
Yeah.
not everybody's on that same side. Someone just enjoy it, but then there's other parts of us, I think, that like we're creative, right?
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
the creativity has it's so these figures somewhat become a muse. We can
Yeah.
start telling stories through them, through with our own creativity, and it's
Yeah.
just it gets wild. And that's why I like your videos, man, because you do something different. You try to tell a story
That's what I'm
without
trying to tell stories. Yeah.
without no
Trying.
without without words, right? Like you're using
Yeah.
figures, and
Yeah.
you're trying to tell this story by
Yeah.
manipulating the figures and posing them in certain ways that I can watch and be like, that's cool, I see what's happening, or where this is
Yeah.
it's cool, man, and it's creative, and
Yeah.
it's awesome, dude.
That's what I love about it. Like, and I feel like anybody could do that, like if anybody's into like, I was a big into drama and film and stuff, and I never ended up going down that path in life because, life happens and, I went down other avenues. But like, I love the storytelling aspect of things. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, I can't really articulate it properly. But we've got a few more guests here. Let me just, because
Mhm.
Max is dropping some bloody, some gems here. So thanks, Max, for sharing. Absolute legend. Story time. Woke up on my 30th birthday to find out Michael Jackson died. At this point, I had realized that he was part of my childhood. Right, then we got a few ones, and then my child effectively ended. Yeah, man. And the point I realized this is me, and I accept myself. Yeah, man. Like that's kind of like how I was. When you really accept that you're into this stuff, and it doesn't matter what other people think.
That's when you're
Creating
truly free.
comics. That's when you're truly free, man. And Dante, what's up, brother?
Dante, my man.
Thanks for being here, mate. I got to get you on here soon, mate. So you better get yourself ready because we're going to pose up some figures at some point.
Absolutely.
And we skipped over a couple of others as well. So 16Fix, thanks for being here, guys. Legend. We got Off On Studios. Thanks for being here. Thanks everyone for being here, guys. Like, I really
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Like, I know it's a bit different than some of the other shows, and we don't. I forget sometimes to interact with the chat because we're getting into a conversation. But I hope that's okay. Like, we do appreciate you being here. I really do. It's just sometimes I get engaged in wanting to, get to know my guests and everything. So, if I miss your comment, I do apologize. But I'm trying my best to read them and make sure we showcase everybody on here. But yeah, man, like, I don't know, like, I'm glad that you feel the same way about collecting like that. And I think most of us here do because, we're watching other people talk about it as well. Right. So we've all got that some type of feeling with
Right.
16.
And just like everybody watching us now. Like
Yeah.
we're all part of this community together, and that's what's, so I don't think, people, if like you were saying, sometimes we miss the chat. We're here,
Mm.
but it is, we're
Yeah.
engaged, and it's in this awesome creativity, essentially.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. And if anybody else is out there like looking to start making their own stuff, don't hesitate to ever reach out. You can reach out to me on Instagram or YouTube, because I'll always try to answer all my comments and everything. Not that I get a
Same.
crazy ton, but I'll always get back to you as best I can. And like, I'm happy to give whatever tips I have. Like, I've taught myself how to do all this stuff. I don't have any prior background to, videoing or filming or anything like that. So that's another thing, actually, Anthony, that I love about collecting. Because for you, I mean, and I want to talk to you about what you do for a living, because I think it's freaking really interesting. But like collecting as well, as is, other hobbies do this as well, but I feel like has opened up a world of learning to me. And I think learning is also another cool thing that gets you engaged in life and gets you excited about things. Because like I'm
Agreed.
learning to take photos better, learning to make videos better. I just can't make the intro video. I just like, that's what I'm talking. I'm not at that level. But like loving, like, everything, I went and got a mic and lights and figuring out lighting.
Oh yeah,
Lighting's still one of the hardest things I've ever,
exactly.
like, you learn so much shit. Like, I love that about collecting, even like displays and creating displays and,
Everything.
editing
You want to
photos.
keep doing it. Like you want to keep, at least I do. Like I want to keep learning. You never, if somebody ever tells you they're a master, man, I don't listen to them, because I don't think you can ever stop learning. You can never stop being better at whatever craft or anything it is in life that you desire. There's no, the sky's the limit. You're always improving. Always improving.
Always. Like there's always something different to do. And like every time I make a video, because it takes me quite a while to make a video, like I've got a 10-scene Spider-Verse. I've got a Spider-Verse video that I'm hoping to drop by Christmas Day, the way it's going, where it's just 10 different scenes of all different Spideys together in poses. And I'm just talking about like how I did the pose and why I came in with it. Kind of like when I've been hopping on streams, I'll bring a pose on. I've kind of like gone back and filmed all those random poses, and I've just compiled them all together for like a video, just to, to not waste it, I guess, not waste the pose or the idea that I had. But like, it takes me quite a long time to do it. So, but I'm always trying to think about how can I do it better? How can I record, talk better? Because the talking part's quite difficult for me when I'm making a video, funnily enough, because I hate the sound of my own voice. Man, like,
because we're more, I think, on the creative side, not the presentation side in that respect. Like streaming's helped me a lot, being able to communicate, especially with people that I'm comfortable with. You don't feel like you're too much of an outsider. You're more like a guest. That's where you kind of feel a little reserved. So when you start streaming a lot with people who you're very comfortable with, it gets a lot better when you're doing your own videos.
100%. 100%. Yeah, I've noticed that, man. Like the more streaming I do, it has been easier to do the talking on the video, because at first the talk, like if I go back and watch my first couple of videos, I'm just like, oh my god, like, like
I'm there with you, man. I'm there with you. And I'm more on that creative level. I do I like doing editing and graphic design and things like that. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, now I have to do a voice track for my video. And I'm like, how do I talk? Nobody's here right now listening to me.
No.
So how do I convey the enthusiasm without sounding phony, or like I don't know what I'm talking about? It gets easier though. It gets easier.
It does get easy. It does get easier, man. And then I just thought, you know what? Who gives? Like I could easily just put videos up to music and not talk at all. Like I could just easily do that. But
dude,
like,
half the time I've done that. I've gotten the whole video done. I'm like, this is pretty sweet, dude. I don't even need to talk. And I'm like, nah, I probably should. Let me go ahead and lay down the voice, and
like that's like talking in public. It's like that talking in public type feel, isn't it? Like, like you just got to try and think about that, not think about people going to listen to you talk. But yeah, the more you do it, and if anybody in the chat there, if they're wanting to get into doing streams and doing videos like that, I can tell you from my experience, it gets easier. And you just got to get over worrying about getting embarrassed about not knowing what to say. Because when I first started streaming, I always thought about, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to say. Like, You know, do I have
Oh, yeah.
anything to add? Like I hear you guys talk, right? Because you've got such knowledge on comics and things, right? Which I don't have as much knowledge on comics. On some comics I do, but not nowhere near like, you know, like someone like Lael or yourself or other people I've talked to. And I'm like, man, I have nothing to contribute to this conversation other than, you know, like the film side, which I'm, you know, deep into.
Well, you still have
more so
your
on the
insight, your
characters.
experience, and you have to,
Mm.
you know, and not maybe you in general, but just everybody in general. You have to just learn to loosen up and get comfortable. Like again, being comfortable with someone.
Yeah.
If I've streamed with you 24 times, and we go
Yeah.
back to our first stream, to our 25th stream, that
Yeah.
25th stream is going to be smooth, right?
Yeah, smooth as.
'Cause we understand
You're
each
right.
other. We know your mannerisms, and we know what, you know, what how you joke and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get comfortable with the people so much
Yeah.
smoother, man.
So much smoother. And then you're like, okay, the smoother it is and the better conversation we can have, the more maybe
Mhm.
engaging it can be.
Oh yeah.
For that type of stuff. Yeah, man. All right, well, let's move on a little bit. Thanks, S-Beam, for being here. Anthony, never read Cat in the Hat. I'm not sure.
What an odd
You know what
statement,
he's
Fabio. How do you know what I've read? Maybe I
Fabio's
have.
coming for you today. He's coming for you.
He
today.
is, man. He's coming
He's
for me.
coming for you. Max
Great.
Tim, he said here, so he's like, thank you for you think your videos are better. Check out my first 10 episodes. They're dumpster fires. I'm sure we all feel that way about ours, Max. I don't feel too bad, man.
Yeah, but you know what? I will just interject and say you start seeing comments on your videos. And to me, that gives me more drive because I'm like, oh, people are digging this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Helps.
So it's not like not that necessarily that you need, you know,
it definitely
affirmation,
helps,
but it helps. It helps because you realize, you know, I'm clearly putting this out to the public. Like you said, you're recording videos and you're like, hey, I might as well put this out there, right? So you're putting it out there. You want to hear people's opinions, good or bad. But when the majority of them are good, you get inspired by those people. You know, you're like, okay, cool. They're digging what I'm doing, and I want to do better than what I did my last video. Or, you know, for photos. This photo is great, but it could be better. So this next one, I'm gonna work even harder at making it even better. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever done ones where you put a photo out and then you realize you missed something? Like, because I would sometimes edit the flight stands out or whatever, and I've put it out, and I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't get that bit. I'm like, oh, you idiot. I'm just like, how did I miss that? I've looked at it for I've looked at it intensely and I've missed that. Like, what a fool. I've had that many times.
It happens, man. We all err, and we learn from our mistakes, and we just get better. You know. Ideally, anyway.
Hey, Strike. Ideally. What's up, mate? Thanks for being here.
Hey, what's up, bud?
And Big Dog Pound. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, mate.
Big Dog.
Appreciate what's going on. I love the Ric Flair on there. Woo! I love the Ric Flair logo. I love it. Classic. And Fab's you've done it to him. That's why he's coming out for you.
Is that what it is? 55. Hey, you know what? Dante opened bid at 50, so I went to 55. Final offer.
Oh, okay.
You know,
so
that's how that went.
Too, man.
That's how that went down, buddy. That's funny.
The truth comes out. The truth comes out. Oh, mate. So, okay, I want to ask you this then, because it sounds like to me you've got pretty much a dream job at the minute, doing what you're doing in the world of collecting. Can you let the guys know, you know, like, just a little bit more about like what you're doing with all the Star Trek stuff and everything? Because I think that's awesome. And like to me, it sounds like what an epic job to have.
Yeah, thanks, man. No, it is. If you guys aren't familiar with X06, we do 6 scale Star Trek, you know, worldwide licensing rights. So it's all Star Trek currently.
Oh yeah.
And I'm the videographer. So I make we do social media reveals, like 10, 15 second. I don't really necessarily want to call them ads, but for lack of a better word, a figure reveal in that respect. So we'll make a video like we just did. I just created like a couple weeks ago. We did an announcement for Q, and then we put that out. And then I had just done Locutus. If you guys are familiar with Star Trek, if not, then then probably just speaking static right now to you guys. But so we did that, and then we just announced that reveal like an hour ago. So I do those, and then when we have figures, I create. So instead of having instruction manuals, we do videos. So I make
Yeah.
instructional videos. So upon
Yeah.
purchasing your figure, there's a QR code on the back of the box. You simply scan the
Oh, yeah.
QR code. It'll take you right to the instructional video.
Yeah.
Or directly, you know, if you're already subscribed to the official, you know, Exo6 channel, you'll get a notification, of course. But yeah, so it's awesome, man, and it's really good because a lot of people don't know how the figures function or what parts go where, what hands do this, how to change the wrist pegs, or you know what's unique about this body, you know, and so it's great, man.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing.
epic, man. I think that's a great way of doing it. Like, imagine if Hot Toys started doing that. If they did like instructional videos for their figures on how to, because I mean, you know, some of them are pretty complex, and you see people getting issues. Like, let's say Venom, for instance. If we
Oh
touch
yeah,
on this guy,
I screwed him up 5 minutes after I had him.
yeah, there you go.
No joke.
Like not having an instructional video to kind of, because I'm a visual learner. I'm not a reading. Like, I'd
The
much
same.
prefer watch a video or have someone show me like how to articulate. And that was the thing for Spidey with me. Like, when I first got this Spidey, I did my review on him. I look back on that video now, I'm like, man, there's so many things I could have done differently, but I was still getting to know the figure, like getting to know how its limitations and what I could do with it. And I was very reserved when I made the poses for that video, because obviously, you know, those who know me know I like to pose. But like,
Same.
now I'm like, I mean, if I was to make this video again, I'd be doing so many more different creative things with it, because I've pushed the suit to the limit, and I know how it moves better now because having played with it. The instruction manual doesn't give you that.
No,
It doesn't give,
no,
especially if
and
you're
half
into
the time
that.
I think we gloss over them, right? I mean, I didn't even look at the Venom booklet.
I don't even look at them. I mean, look, you know, you should look at your instruction manual, guys. You
Yes,
should.
you should.
You should.
My hubris got the best of me. I was like, I don't need this. I've been doing this forever. But so that's why, you know, again, I think that's why the videos are so helpful. And you got to keep in mind, I mean, Star Trek is a huge, you know, it's Star Trek. It's huge. Not a lot of people who purchase these are necessarily 6-scale collectors.
Right? They might just be into Star Trek, right? Yeah, okay.
Right. And this looks great. Oh, Captain Picard. I got to get a Captain Picard. He looks so real. And they don't know anything about 6-scale. So with that in mind, you know, they have a video guide showing them. Yeah. You know, for people like us, we can kind of, you know, piece things together in a way, right? We fiddle with 6-scale, so we understand. But even then, there's still certain things that you don't know in a, you know, a 3-4 minute video. Boom. So Max is geeked them real quick. Yeah, with Robert Byron Burnett is definitely on board. Speaking of, just quickly, him and I are going to be doing a show on my channel.
Hell yeah.
To be determined on the time. We're both pretty busy, but we are going to be doing a one-on-one video on my channel that is going to cover Star Trek.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, maybe not like the actual figures. We may talk a little bit about them, you know, I can't be too impartial in those things, but it's just Star Trek in general. We both love Trek. So we're going to be doing some Trek stuff. So yeah, he's absolutely in love with these two.
And it's good that you say that too. Like, you know, you give the full disclosure of like, you know, you work for them. So you know, it's like
that's why I don't do reviews.
Yeah. And that's really good, mate, because for me, like, when I review my figures as well, it's not really a review, because I buy the figures that I want. I'm not a person who's buying all the figures to review them, right? I'm buying the ones that I like. So I'm trying to be like, well, I love this. That's why I'm making the video on it. So I'm not really here to point out. I'm not, you know, I can't do it like Justin does his. I'm doing it.
It's too much.
I've got it. Yeah, I've got it because I love it. And so all my opinions are going to be pretty skewed. Like I forgive things like gaps on Venom, shoulders and legs. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like,
we gloss over it because we're like, you know, it's just kind of, what else could they have really done? Right.
Yeah.
So you kind of gloss it over. You don't really dock it. You're like, okay, this works. It's, you know,
it's, you know,
with the
like
figures
it's the best that there is now. And if they make a better one, I'll get a better one. But like for now, I want it now so I can play with it and do that. Exactly. So like when I'm doing the video on it, I'm not as worried or focused about those types of things. I'm just more interested in the character and having the character and having it to, you know, or what's the cool stuff I can do with it, rather than looking at what are the negatives of it. Like, you know, because I'm a big believer in, you know, like with these things, I'm not making them. like, I don't know how to, I'm not doing that. So who am I to tell them what they need to be doing? Like, I have not, it's like any product. I'm not going to a car company and saying, you need to do this, this, or this, or this, and change this because
Well, yeah,
that would
I'm sure
work
there's a
better.
lot of behind the scenes there, but as a consumer though,
Yeah.
I would say an experienced consumer, right? Like this isn't
Yeah.
your first hot toy, right?
That's right.
So once you get to that point, I still think there's some validity to your criticisms because we are consumers. You know
Yeah.
what I
True.
mean? But there
Yeah.
are
True.
things like you can't be like, I hate this stupid, gap in the thing. Well, maybe this is how they do it. And there's things in that sense, you're like, I'm not trying to tell a car
Yeah.
person how to make a car. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because you may not know. But for
Yeah.
other
That's right.
things, I think our criticisms are valid. For
Yeah.
example,
I
like
still will give them,
exactly
but
like
I'm
Grievous.
not as quick. Well, Grievous. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. No, I was just saying because I saw Max in the chat there say that. Yeah, exactly. You speak out on things like that. And yeah, Max. Yeah, that is me. He didn't know that was me for the XO6 stuff. So yeah, absolutely, man.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Not a lot of people know. Again, it's weird because I don't know how big the Star Trek community is within the 6 scale community. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. I don't know. Like
most of my friends are like, well, that's really cool, but I've never seen Star Trek. You know what I mean? They're into Star Wars and Marvel, things like that, DC, So I don't know how big the community within the community is for that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's going to be, I mean, how are they doing with it? Like, I'm sure there's a massive, like, I guess, so no, let me rephrase the question. So with bringing out the XO6 stuff, like, I guess with the marketing strategy for that, is it marketing to just 1/6 collectors? Or are they marketing that? I'm assuming they'd be marketing it to Trekkies,
Oh yeah,
because then you're marketing
huge.
it to people that are into Star Trek, like you said, who just want that to represent their
Star
show,
Trek,
and maybe that opens up the door to them to 1/6 scale figures. Because I'm guarantee someone who sees that who isn't into 1/6, let's say they get it, they're probably into other IPs as well. And that might even open the door up to them to bring new people into the 1/6 community, So I think that's an awesome thing, for sure.
And I think that's kind of what happened with us, for example. I mean, even if you just pick Star Wars, right? We like Star Wars. Then all of a sudden we found a 1/6 scale, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we're like, whoa, what's this?
Yeah.
And then you get pulled. You see what I'm saying? So in that respect, yeah, I agree. And it is a broader stroke. I mean, you want to attract people who love Star Trek because the people who love Star Trek and love 6 scale, they're already in. You can see the comments already here, man. And the people that I do know who
some Trek
are in
fans here,
right? Who are in a part of both 6 scale and Trek, they're in because they're already in 6 scale. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a great time, guys. I mean, to be a Trekkie and be into 6 scale, we got a lot of stuff coming.
Now, let me ask you this, because I don't know as much about Star Trek, right? I do know the films with Chris Pine and that. Now, I enjoyed those. Is that something like, good. Do you enjoy those, or is that for you, like, not real Star Trek? Like, because I don't know. Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, for me, I don't like to sound like an elitist, right? When I would say that, but I think, look, I've watched those Chris Pine movies one time, and I haven't watched them again. When I watch Next Generation or Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, original series, I've seen all of those series hundreds and hundreds of times, right?
Okay, so that's
it's just something that doesn't get old to me. I can put on that classic, one of these hundreds of classic episodes, and just watch it. And just watch it, and know every word, can recite the whole episode, but it's just so damn good that I don't mind putting it on again,
it's like a comfort, right? It's a comfort.
Yeah. And the movies, they're cool. They're just different. They're not Trek in the sense of what Star Trek was with the, the morality plays and the philosophy and the exploration. It's just kind of action-y.
Yeah, more action.
Movie.
Yeah.
And that's cool, but that wasn't what for me, that wasn't what attracted me to Star Trek growing up.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
so that's interesting take on
earlier conversation, right? It's the stories.
Yes. Yeah, it's the stories. Yeah, so that's interesting because for me, like, I really did enjoy those films, not knowing, I guess, coming in fresh. And I guess that's where like the same IP can bring in different types of fans. I wonder how many people are into the original Star Trek that enjoyed those movies. I wonder if there's people that did, or if it's like a split line of new people come in and they like the films and they don't really watch the shows, or is there many people who watch the shows and enjoy the films, or is it more
Yeah, I think it's a
like the
mix.
shows?
I think there's a mix. I don't get me wrong. The movies are okay. The new ones. It's just the reason they're okay for me is because they are Star Trek. I mean, they're branded. It's it's their alternate universe, but it's Trek, so I can watch it and relate because I understand what they're talking about. It's Trek, but the shows were just so much more story driven and character driven.
The movies, I guess, are like a roller coaster ride. I guess more so, right?
2-hour action schlock. It's over, done. Not to say it's bad. It's just growing up for years and years of watching, series after series after series. You kind of get this expectation in your head.
Yeah.
Similar to like maybe the sequel trilogy in Star Wars, right? You're like, whoa, that's not what I was really expecting. You know what I mean? In that respect. So
yes.
But it's all Trek. There's some old timers that hate it. There's new timers that hate the old stuff. I mean, it's like any fandom.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it evolves, like moving forward over the years. How it'll go into it'd be interesting to see what your company does as well. Like, are they ever going to get into the movie figures, do you think, or it'll be all old school?
No, we are covering Star Trek.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Look forward to seeing that. Oh yeah, what document is saying praise? I don't know who that is.
Kalis.
Okay.
You can't see it, but back here I've got an autographed painting here of Gowron and Martok. It's just, if you know, it's a little dark back there, and I guess my data fell over earlier. I haven't picked them up. Data and Picard, Janeway, and EMH in the back here. And we got a lot more coming, man. Got a lot more.
Hell
coming.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's so.
And our
cool.
turnaround's great, man. I'm just saying, like we'll announce something, and it's not very far away.
That is cool.
Warp speed, man. So, because Hot Toys, man, it's a pain, right? I mean, they announced something. You got 16, 18 months till it's out.
Yeah,
we announced something 2 months, man. Here it comes.
Yeah,
or
I want I'm already like that with the No Way Home figures. I want them now.
Right.
I want them now, and I don't like having to wait. I guess the one plus on that it being Spidey, that it may come sooner than other figures because of how popular it is. They might bump that up ahead.
They already have most of the, if they're
especially
using
for
bodies.
The movie promo edition, I feel like, because
because it's just it's that
couple slight changes.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a question from Max. I don't know if you're allowed to say.
So is Worf coming? Oh, there's a lot of Worfs. Right?
Ooh.
There's Next Generation Worf, there's Deep Space Nine Worf, there's Star Trek First Contact Worf, Insurrection Worf. I mean, I would say he's coming. I don't know which one, but
we don't want to get you in trouble.
At some point, I think you can expect our Klingon to arrive.
I'll take all the Worfs, Dockinator said. I'll take all the Worfs. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, look, I can't believe we're almost an hour in. Holy moly.
Yeah.
We might as well maybe start posing up.
Sure. Yeah, I was just looking at the Twizzlers.
So I was thinking, why don't we start off with, if we try and go for maybe 2 poses while we chat. Now, I don't know if you're cool, but I can stay on for about another hour because then I got to get ready for work.
Fine.
If you're cool, we'll do another hour. We'll do 2 poses. We'll keep chatting. If anybody has any questions for us, throw it in the chat, guys.
Absolutely.
But this guy here, I absolutely love this figure. Like, I think it might even be my figure of the year. Like, I'm not going to get
figure
battle
of the
damage.
year, huh?
For me, man, I just love it. I love it. I think I love it for me when I say that it's because of all the posing and playing around I've been doing with it. Like, I just love posing him up. I love posing him
is
up.
very posable. Do you have Miles?
Yeah. I don't have Miles yet, no.
Okay. Because I think from a figure standpoint, I think Miles might be better.
For posing. So I've heard, everybody keeps telling me.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's really good at
only
posing.
because Hot Toys keeps innovating, right?
Yes.
And I too was in the same boat as you, where that upgraded suit is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then I got Miles, and he's very similar. So they're very similar, but I think Miles a little bit. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I've heard that his suit's a bit better.
Little bit. I have I forget what this is, man. I know what this is. It's a Rode podcaster. Someone was asking what mics we use.
Oh, nice. Yes. Yeah, I've got a Rode as well. There you go. Now, did I just get rid of your message? Sorry. So Big Dog Panda, I don't have any flaking on mine yet, so I've been pretty lucky. So we might as well talk about our Venoms. Like, so what did you do to yours when you got him out the box?
Well, so what I didn't understand, and I can show you, and you can't even see it. You really can't. But this leg right here, like right in the thigh, it's just a slight discoloration. And what I didn't realize when I was posing him, again, because I didn't read the booklet, I didn't know that the legs pull down like an Iron Man. You know how they ratchet downward?
Yeah.
Because of that. So, and the first thing I did was I was like, well, how far can I bend this leg?
Yeah.
And it kind of just that part's pretty rough. The inner underneath the crotch area is real thick plastic. And it just kind of just briefly grazed it. And, it's all right. It's okay. Like I said, you can't really tell.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no, I haven't had any issues with him.
That's cool. I think that's how us collectors get, right? Like, even though you might not be able to see it, you know it's there. Like,
I know, right? You know it's there. You're like, oh.
Why is it there? What the hell?
Like my Avengers Black Widow, the first 2012 Black Widow.
Yeah.
She's got like a tiny, like little just ding.
Yeah.
Just little ding.
Yeah.
And like more like a little white spot. Oh, just little but I know it's there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
and it does your head in. I feel the same way.
Drives me crazy.
I've got it like on a couple of my which one? My Iron Man clean version Mark 85 has got a the ankle bits at the back of the ankles. Now look, this is my own fault. I should have probably sent it back when I got it, but I got it from HK, like first batch, and then like the whole return thing takes ages, and I just didn't want to wait. But the back flap of the ankle came like broken, so it falls out. Oh. So that back flap that kicks out, it always falls out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I send it back or do I just, So what I did was I chucked a little bit of blue tack in. It's like it's held in with a little rod, a very tiny rod that would go up into the ankle. So I just chucked a bit of blue tack in there and then pushed it back and then stuck it. And now it holds the majority of the time. So I'm like, it works fine, but I know it's there. And I'm like, but no, it's something I can live with. It's something I can live with.
Yeah, I've got a few things like that.
Do I feel comfortable leaving Venom in a pose for long periods? Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable because he moves around really well, and like especially with the legs here,
these are the best. And I mentioned that in my review, and the same thing you're showing me. Yeah, there's a gap there. Exactly.
Yeah, there's a gap. Oh God, if I can show that probably. So when you bend it in this gap, it's like it all folds into place fine. So I've had him in, I think I've mentioned it a few times, so I apologize for repeating myself. But like at the minute, I haven't got my proper display set up here in the house. So I am getting modular cases, and when I do that, I'm going to create displays and stuff. But when I'm not making videos, I kind of just leave him like this because no one's coming in here and looking at it yet. And I'm pulling them out often when I'm doing things. So I'm not really thinking about leaving him in poses for too long. But when I made the video, my Venom review, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I do a little bit of it. That's when I first started venturing more into storytelling with the posing. Like I had him battling Spideys and all that type of stuff, and I used the 1/4 scale base to pose him up with. I was leaving him in poses for days at a time because I could only film in the morning. So I'd film and then I'd do a setup, and then I'd have to leave it until I got back home. And then half the time I wouldn't be able to film again into the next day. So I was leaving it, a day or two at a time in long poses. No issues. With the arms, I guess. What about you, Anthony? I would say Even with the arms, I'm not too worried just because of the design. I just feel like the design is
Yeah.
actually really good.
The design on this
Right?
figure is amazing. I wholeheartedly agree. He's not a Spider-Man. I mean,
Yeah,
in
he's
that
not a
respect,
Spider-Man.
in that figure. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he's very, like you said, everything's. I mean, this ratchet on everything, right? The elbows, the knees.
Yeah.
His torso is so like solid. I mean,
Yeah.
you can ab crunch pretty good forward
Yeah.
and pretty good back to get a nice upright. And dude, it's just locked. It's solid. I don't see. There's no like suit bending, right? In that respect.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any of that. No,
Because the way they made the joints, the elbows and the knees, like you showed, there's not really creases at all.
There's not. No.
At all.
There's not. Not at all, man. And I really, really like that. I think the design of him is great. Now, I will say on here, guys, like I don't know if anybody have you played around with that, but the bicep area here, you can actually ratchets around as well.
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
can
a little bit.
twist just a little bit, but you can
you
twist
got like
the
a
bicep
little turn there. So you click like just a smidge.
Yeah, and you can hear the click. So it's not a lot, but it's enough if you want to create a different type of look, you know.
Yeah. Now, did you get the deluxe Venom that came with the extra? Tendril here. Okay. Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah. And you know what? He's actually quite difficult to because like I was wanting to put him into like a an aerial pose. Has anyone, if anyone's got the Venom in there, has anyone tried an aerial pose with Venom? I would love to know because I have not. I've not tried that. Just because of how big he is in the waist. And I worry about I do worry about putting like a waist grabber on him. I'm not really sure how that would work, to be honest. Another little tip for posing is before you do any poses, pull all the joints down. Just pull them down. And I like to grab, especially if I'm twisting the arm, I like to grab solidly when I'm turning and twisting, and just look and try and use like those gaps that are there that people don't like. They're there to help you when you're trying to move the arms around. Use them to your advantage. Try and stay within the gaps, because I think that makes a big difference for sure. I'm just wondering, should I try? To be honest, I don't even know what to try to do with him at the minute. I feel like he's better to be interacted with, like with a, like I want to have him hanging off something.
I knew
you know what I mean? Oh, good save, good save, brother, good save. And that's the risk we take doing this,
man. You always got to watch a full rotation.
Yes,
you can make a full rotation. He's good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. You were feeling he needs what?
Like a base to interact with. Like I feel like having him like hanging on to something. Oh, there he goes. There's one. And you lost your mic too. Your mic went out. These are the risks we take for you guys. Watch out. Where are we? See if I can do that. Now, while Anthony's getting his mic ready, he's one of those guys that can balance well, but also cannot balance well, if that makes sense, with the ankles. Oh, Professor, what's up? Thanks. Oh, there we go. Man, you got to have quick reflex. Bloody hell.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay. I hope he's all right, brother. I hope he didn't hurt himself.
He's all right. This Venom is a tank, bro. Okay, so you guys can hear me now, yeah? Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I think he could balance better. I definitely feel like he could.
He can. Like, it's just, the thing is, I've got all of the tendrils on right now, so there's a little bit of weight.
Yes.
And I lost his tongue.
Oh, the tongue's gone.
Yeah, is it on my desk? Man.
Might have flown.
Well, let me take a look here. You know what? He's got a couple tongues. So
yeah,
we'll find that one in a minute. We'll just use this one.
Yeah. So what are we doing here? Yeah, sometimes I think like I should prepare for these posing sessions to try and have an idea, but half the time I don't. So you guys
No,
get
I
to
know.
see,
I'm just kind of winging it, bro.
yeah. So here's like I just got him like looking like he's coming and reaching out. And these hands are my favorite hands
I
too.
love them. I'm using both of them right now.
Yeah, I prefer
Like
them.
they're just so cool looking. I
Oh,
think
that's
he's
a sick
good.
pose. Yeah, that's a sick pose. Having the tendrils out like that, that is sick.
Yeah.
That is sick.
I think he's good. I
Yeah,
think he's good. He's
he's
rotating. He's
dangerous.
made a full rotation, I think. What's
I
up,
forgot
Mario?
my.
Sorry, man. My mic. I knocked Venom over and knocked my mic out. Oh, El
Um,
Professor, it's Mario from Collecting Weekly.
oh yes, well, thanks for being here, Mario. He gets nervous not using the stand. Yeah, I'm nervous right now. I'm definitely nervous right now.
Mine is
How
on
does your
rotation. I'm nervous.
how does your torso hold up? Like when you bend him, does he hold the position?
Yeah. Well, you know, his thing. So if you're are you trying to do like an ab crunch downward?
Yeah. So like
Because
mine
then,
holds it, but not all the time.
yeah, when I get see, he's slightly ab crunched right now, and
Yeah.
but what I end up doing
It'll be
is
like that.
I try to give him more of a back brace with his one of his legs, right?
Yeah.
Just because the further lower you go, he's gonna start getting crouched more. He's lowering his center of gravity. So then
Yeah.
I try to compensate that with the legs. Pull the legs one leg further back, one forward, and hold him. But right now he's got a decent ab crunch and he's good. He's been on I think 3 rotations now. He has not fallen.
Yeah, he's holding. He's holding.
He's holding. He's holding.
Like I really like trying to stretch the limit of the legs, how wide I can get him, because I feel like he balances better when you've got him wide.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like if you guys, shameless plug, watch my Venom review that I did.
Hell yeah. Not shameless. Go for
it. No, especially at the end. If nothing else, you don't have to watch the review. But the end, when I did the poses, this is what I was trying to show you before he fell over when you were mentioning a stand. It's not much, but this is the stand. This is the little base that came with Daredevil.
Ah.
And I used this in my review, and it was really cool because I had it, let's say I had it laying here, and I had my Spider-Man on his back against this, so his head was leaning here.
Yes.
Looking up, like laying down, like he was messed up, and I had Venom like completely like what you're talking about, like crouched down really low.
Let's see if I can solo you. Let me solo you for a sec so you guys can see it.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. I wonder if I can like hide myself because my camera likes to.
Oh, like zoom in. Oh yeah, nice. That made a difference. Yeah, that's sick. But I think poses like that can be so like a simple pose for him. You don't need to have him jumping through the air. Whilst I want to have him jumping in the air, like you don't really need to because he just looks awesome in static.
He's
poses,
so menacing
right?
looking like this, and this is not a very. In my opinion, I mean, I just did this. So, I mean, it was kind of a quick.
Hell yeah.
But because the tendrils, man, he's so imposing. Like your pose is sweet too. Like with no tongue, he's got the regular Venom head. He's like looking like he's getting ready to pounce.
What I could do is if I just add the tongue in. Let's see. I do prefer the one without the tongue, to be honest.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't know. I just like that look. I really like that green. I don't know.
You know what though?
Enjoy it.
That head sculpt is dope.
Yeah,
you're right. Like there's something about it. It's like the grin is really cool. I mean, this is a really good sculpt. Don't get me wrong. But and I'm not done. But like for example, I have Venom tattooed on me right there, and his tongue's out. So
oh, that's cool.
Like to me, like growing up, it was like that crazy tongue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, what if I do this and get that arm down more, like he's reaching out?
Yeah, Mario. Yeah, this figure is awesome, dude. I love him.
He is sick. I quite like it from that angle, but if you turn it around, what? I'm going to try something. Okay. I hope I don't destroy him. This thing here, right? This endgame battle damage endgame Thanos base is one of my favorite accessories.
I
Man.
wanted
Like,
that
I
just for the base.
man, I love using this thing because I love, like, I feel like having this, right? I want to try and do some type of like crouching over this type pose. I haven't tried that yet with Venom. I'm really just trying to explore right now, like with the legs, how I can, you know, how you want to, with a spider, you can get his legs out to the side and then
Yeah, like
turn it around.
how far can you
How,
really
how,
push
how far
Venom?
can,
Right?
yeah.
Like, yeah, because he's a big guy.
I'm a little scared, but I'm going to try it because this is getting real tight in here. Real
Well,
tight.
if it can, then can you start to rotate him
Yeah, I'm starting to do that. So
to
let's see.
try to
Let's see if I
get?
can do it.
But at that point, you might be going aerial. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it might
You
be
might have
going
this like
aerial.
jumping kind of
Yeah.
position.
What's up, Dan? What's up, Dan and Dre? If you guys are both here, thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah, how's it going?
So what's S Beam? You still paying on him through Sideshow? Have they not sent it to you yet? Like, is he not shipping? That's hardcore.
I don't think Venom's shipped yet.
She hasn't shipped yet, right? Well,
I could be wrong. Remember, I got mine day one overseas, so
yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
I don't think
okay.
Venom's shipping yet from Sideshow.
Man, that's a pain in the ass.
I know.
Okay. So Battle Damaged Iron Man, I put a pre-order through Sideshow back in the day when I was pre-ordering, because I'm not really pre-ordering anymore. And I'm like, oh man, I don't want to wait for it. I want it now. But to get him from HK day one, he's very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Big Dog Pound has asked something. Here, what we got? So, can you guys post Spider-Man riding Venom's back while he's choking him? I could try that.
Yeah, I'll let you try that because I've got another Spidey here that may not work the way I'd like him.
Give it. Oh man, I don't have that one, and I want that one. Enable me. Tell me.
He's amazing, and
Just
you need to
enable me.
buy him.
Okay, sold.
It's okay. See, I can sell ice to an Eskimo. Nah, he's really cool, man. He's really well made. I love all the different angles that you can do with his spider legs. You can take them off, of course. You don't have to have them on. But I think
you got to have it on though, man. It looks so cool.
Dude, the suit's amazing. So I'm trying to get him in like a weird, not really a superhero landing pose, but more of like a action, like he's sliding and sort of using part of his leg here to like stop himself from being, knocked back. If that makes sense.
Yes, that's gonna look sick.
So I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do this.
Let's just figure it out. Let's just have some fun with it.
Yeah,
figure it out.
Yeah.
Man,
so I'm just
Venom is too freaking big to have him crouching on this thing. Jesus,
dude. I'm sure there's a way you can do something.
Yeah, I've got to try and do something.
But Venom is a tricky guy.
Man, he is just so huge.
Speaking of, I'm gonna attempt something here.
I should probably put his head on. Man, how can I use this base? It's like he needs almost like, I feel like with the quarter scale base, the Spidey one, he fit perfectly on that. I feel like he needs like the quarter scale base to hang off, and that's why I used it in my video, because 1/6 scale bases just feel too small.
They do, especially for these larger. You know what I'm saying? These larger figures.
Yeah. I really feel like he's just so big.
Oh shit! I knocked.
Yeah, this leg won't twist that much. His legs are a little limited to that. But what if? Okay, what if?
What if indeed? I'm coming up with something here. I don't know if this is gonna work.
Yeah. Well, who else is in the chat? Having him in hand is a game changer. The collector. Yeah, he's so beefy. Max, what camera am I using? This is just my Windows laptop. I'm actually using the laptop camera on the inside facing, because I've got my laptop here sitting on. I don't use my phone to film on. So I've got very basic stuff. I use an iPhone 12 for all my photos and videos. I use the app. What's the app? When I record videos, I use Film Ink Pro. So I bought that app for filming. Yeah, you use that one too?
I have used that on my iPhone.
Yeah.
It's Venom. I have used that. It's a good app. You have to pay for it, but it's worth it.
Yeah. You do have to pay for it.
Just working, if you're just working with iPhones, it's a good app to use.
Yeah.
They have another app too, just for photos.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It is called. Let
Hmm.
me check my phone because I have it.
I don't know if I want to have him. Can I get him to? Hang on. What about?
It's called First Light.
First Light. Okay, I've never used that. Let's see. Will this go in here? Let's see. Will that work? I even still think he's going to be too big to do that. Yeah, he's too heavy. Man, he's heavy. Like that crotch grabber that they gave us with the stand. Like I get why they gave us the crotch grabber, but bloody hell, like it's not that strong.
Right.
Okay.
No, there's a lot of things they can improve on. But all right. They do in time. I know. I get a little irritated with the Hot Toy bases.
Yeah. When you're putting attachments like this on as well, guys, be very like, I'd say just take your time. Don't be too forceful with it. Okay, I might try and cheat here. If I was to have him on here, he's almost like that figure. You've got to have one leg up and bent and one leg back to support the weight. That's what it feels like.
I'm trying to create some kind of weird counterbalance here. I don't know.
Oh, that looks sick, brother.
Well, I'm going to turn on the table. So wish me luck. Maybe we can get a good...
That is sick. Oh, good save.
I got him. I got to tilt him a little bit. Hold on. Turn that off. So that's why I do the rotating tests first, so I can see if I need to.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, just get them. And I just do this anyway, dude. Like, before I even pose these in my displays, I like to put them on a turntable and really let them rotate, right?
Yeah.
See, I clicked his leg once. So, because if they can rotate a few times, then to me that tells me they're not going to fall in my display case.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, so we're going to let this guy go on a full rotation. Let's see if they chill.
I will try and have Spidey on his back in a sec, but I just want to try see if I can get this pose looking. Man, that's epic. Having them face off like that.
I think it's working.
It's working. Okay. Now, let's see if we can bring in this guy.
Holy shit, guys.
Let me solo you again. Here,
let me crouch. I think we're safe.
That is epic. And see how, like, by adding another figure in, you can really get just such a dynamic look. Right? That's so cool.
I mean, that's looking... and that's kind of why I wanted to do something with Iron Spider, because I've got the Tendrils with Venom and then his iron legs to really kind of... You know what I'm saying? Like...
And that red and gold looks sick.
Yeah, and it contrasts like super cool with this black and white. And actually, I wonder if this will work. I happen to have,
let's see,
a light here.
Oh yeah,
And I
give it a crack.
wonder, is that working better?
Yeah.
I'm totally leaning out of the way.
Oh, man, you're bringing the heat today.
I'm bringing the heat, brother, man. Hey,
You're
man,
bringing the heat.
I love your show, man, and I wanted to do good
Oh,
by you,
thank you,
man.
sir.
Uh,
I've got to bloody try and do something now, so I don't look like a complete fool.
no, by all means. But I think, yeah,
That
dude,
is
I think
sick.
that's pretty sick. I might actually leave this
That
shit
is
here,
sick.
like in my display.
That is sick, brother. That
Yeah,
is
that's
awesome.
pretty-
That light underneath, like how
Is it
it's
really helping
bouncing
out?
off. Yeah, man. That sells it.
I'm totally trying to hide my body so you can see it better.
Doctor said, "Dude, that's sick." Oh, thanks, Big Dog Pound. I'm like, what? I don't even know what I'm doing right now. And the doctor is like, I have both these, and I need to do that.
Oh hell yeah, man! Thank you. I think it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty good.
That,
I mean,
you've got to put.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're right. I was going to say you need to take a photo of that and chuck it out on it on Insta.
Well, what I'll probably do is I'll go set this up out in my photo station. Yes. And then take some. Yeah. Again, I don't want to mess. I mean, like it's cool. I got it set. No, it's not a competition. But thank you.
No competitions.
It's like you're the win. No,
come on, Max. You gonna do me like that, Max? Come on.
I know, right? No, I'm sure you're just enthused by it. But yeah, I mean, if I move it right, I'm gonna move this right now. Actually, not far away, but let me get it out of the way. So it's like, so if I move it this way, all right.
Oh, I picked the
let me
one
pause
stand.
This. Let me stop the turn.
Stay.
Wish me luck.
Okay.
Moving this whole table.
Good luck, bro.
Okay. I've
got an idea. I've got an idea now. Finally,
I think we're good.
Okay. I think for Venom, because he is a little limited on particular movements, having a figure to interact with is important.
Yeah. I agree. Like he's cool, right? Like we saw, like we first posed him solo, and he's imposing, he's intimidating, right? Yeah. But now you throw in a Spider-Man, you're creating a story. Now you're having a scene that's, a lot more exciting, right? Yeah,
100%. It makes a massive difference. I think having the interacting plays a big part.
I don't know if this guy's still in frame, but I wanted to move the boxes. Maybe I can slide the...
Let's see. I mean, I grabbed the wrong... Okay. Bear with me a second, guys. I got to grab a different stand. This one's broken. Lucky they're cheap. We were talking about the other day that those flight stands like sold out after one of our...
oh God, I know. And they're I've had them break on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily, I think that still looks good.
Man, that looks sick.
Thank you.
Sick. Trust me. Bring in the bloody heat. Okay. I'm going to try and...
it's funny because I was actually grabbing that upgraded suit. But then I thought, you know what? I was like, John's going to grab the upgraded suit. I just know it. And then I was like, I'll just grab a Spider-Man. And then I was thinking the Tendrils, right? I was like, okay. It just kind of started happening, like, because earlier, like you said, I don't normally pose like on camera. So, unless I'm doing reviews or whatever, that's different. But like on this camera here, so I had to set up this. I've got hot toy boxes stacked on this small table, and anyway, it was this whole ordeal, and it's not an issue or anything. I'm glad to be able to do it, but as I was doing it, my brain was running, right? Yeah, because I'm trying to set up to pose. I'm like, well, what are we posing? Okay, we're posing Venom. So I was thinking about Venom this whole time, and like, what can I do? Should we use Tendrils? And I was like, yeah, we need to use these things because they're pretty cool.
The Tendrils are sick. I've got them in my box somewhere. I bought like his weapons along, but not the Tendrils.
Hey, you know what? Those weapons are sweet, dude. And the thing is,
those weapons are sweet.
These weapons are sharp.
They are sharp.
Like I actually cut myself on one of these, dude.
Oh, for real?
Like, yeah, like it nicked me. I was like, oh shit, like they're not like knife sharp, but they you know what I'm saying? They've got like, especially like this point right here. That thing's got like a nice jagged sharp point, and like if you're like moving stuff around and it just kind of snick, you know what I mean? Like, oh,
Yeah.
and the tip of the
Now-
scythe is very sharp.
The only thing is you can't see his face now with me having him like that. About trying to get it for the angle of the camera too, which is a bit of a pain in the ass.
That's why I busted out the table. I was like, you know what? Let me get out the
Actually-
turntable because I wasn't sure. And
Yeah, I should have brought my bloody turntable. I'm unprepared today, guys. I don't know what I'm doing.
I have all this stuff like laying around, dude. So that's why I was like, I'm just gonna use it. All my photo stuff. Like, I got this other Lume Cube spotlight, but I don't think I could really. I don't think I can.
That's better. I'm gonna try and do it that way.
I do this out there for pictures, and I'm wondering, like, how do you get good enough?
Yeah.
Light? Can I get like reflect the teeth and the tongue and the eyes? Like,
there we go. So my little idea I'm trying here before I put Spidey on his back is he's come at him with the blade. See if I can turn it around. And we got Spidey like dodging underneath the blade. Oh, about to blast him. There we go. No,
oh
you know
yeah,
what?
that's like a slow-mo scene.
Yeah, I'm getting my turntable. Screw this. Screw this.
Hey, you
You
know.
entertain the guys while I grab it.
All right. Well, I don't know what to say, guys. I don't want to move it because I think it's a pretty good pose, and I will take some pictures for it later. But Iron Spider is sweet, dude. If you guys don't have him,
yeah.
I mean, I think he's still available too.
He is. He's down here as well. Like I've been thinking about it for a while. I might even do away with this stand, right? Because I don't think he'll fit. So my idea is, oh yeah, that's better. If I can do that.
Hey, thanks, Dokinator. I didn't. Damn, really? Appreciate, man. Appreciate. 600th subscriber. Hey.
Hey, boom! Congrats.
Appreciate. Yeah, I haven't been doing too much on the channel, guys, but I do. It's just been.
There we go.
A little slow lately, not gonna lie, just doing work stuff, but we're gonna do I'm gonna do some more streams on Mondays, and then hopefully we'll do some more reviews. But I appreciate it very much, man. Yeah, the pose is pretty cool. And okay, you got your turntable? Perfect.
Yeah, there we go.
Dude. See, that's sweet, man.
Underneath. I just need
full
to
screen
angle...
if you can, if you're
Oh yeah, I shall do that. Let me just see if I can get his arm facing more.
I think I'm gonna bend this Venom maw. I want to bend the maw. Yeah, there we go. See now I'm I'm gonna get the maw a little bit closer. Oh yeah. So, and these maws are really maneuverable.
They are.
As you know, they're very tight.
Yes.
Okay. So I am slowly modifying.
Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing about posing, right? It's never fully like you can always tweak a pose. It's never fully.
Yep.
Right?
So see, you can see this maw coming in right here, going into Spider-Man's face.
Oh,
I've got one coming in here, and I'm waiting for the rotation, and I'm gonna try to. I think I'm here. Let me pause this. Hey, what the hell, man?
There we go.
Stop rotating.
Nice. I always worry about when it's rotating and then it goes to stop. Like, is it gonna like rock and fall?
I know, just kind of give you that jostle, and then you're like, no.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bend. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
You know what I also love about those tendrils? I love the tendrils for like when I did my video with Venom, I had him like holding Spider-Man. Like they were holding him.
I did. I did with the other one. This piece here.
Yeah.
I had him holding, and it worked. It worked. I had Spider-Man up in the air without a flight stand. Had him being held by this and a few of these tendrils. I had the tendrils wrapped all around him.
Yes.
Because they're so stiff. The tendrils are so stiff that if you twist them around them like a spring, it just totally held him up. It was so sweet looking.
Hell yeah. Max's Geekdom just went and subscribed to your channel too. Good
work,
guys.
Max. Appreciate
the support.
it, buddy.
Big Dog Pound, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. All right, let me go solo. Let's see if I can try and convey what I wanted to show. There we go. Alrighty, so if I pull it back a bit, So I was going to try and use the battle damage base, but it's just too high. And he's too big for it, I think. So now we just have him swinging for Spidey with the blade. But Spidey, you know, Venom won in my review and showcase video, that battle. But Spidey is not going to lose this time. They're battling. There we go. So let me know what you guys think of that one. I quite like that one. Maybe I need to tweak his head a little bit. It's always a balancing act with these guys, especially on this turntable, I tell you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, his back left leg, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks great.
I don't even need to get him to hold in there. There we go. So he's going for the swing. But Spidey's. And I think, like, if you just had this on its own, I don't think it looks anywhere near as good. But you add another figure in to interact with it.
Well, yeah. I mean, because he's, you know, because at first you just see him swinging the scythe.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, well, he's kind of in an attacking pose, but what is he attacking? Right?
Yeah.
And you got that Spider-Man perfectly dodged underneath. See, that adds such
like
a dynamic dimension to it, right? That you're like, okay.
Yeah. Now it's like giving him something to aim at. Yeah.
Right. And it
100%.
showcases Spider-Man as who he is, right? He has his Spidey sense, right? So
that's right.
He's able to do this spider-like reflex quickly.
Yeah.
Right. It's that finesse. It just looks so cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, actually, considering I didn't know what the heck I was doing on that one. Where are we? Okay, let's remove me from solo. Boom. Hope you guys like those poses we've done. We've still got about half an hour, so I might actually, man, I want to do a video of that pose now, but maybe I'll come back to it. I'll put him choking out Venom from behind because I know that was a request. So let me do that. You don't worry about changing yours, man. Just keep yours in.
I was thinking maybe I just grab another Spider-Man and
you could actually, yeah.
Can we add another Spidey?
You don't have to. Add another Spidey. Or put him on the back. You could add him to the back.
I could maybe. Oh shit! It's gonna end up being like this tall. Get another.
Look, don't worry about it doing it if you don't want to, brother.
I know. I'm thinking in my head like how it'll work, but I do like how I'm gonna wait for this to rotate around again so I can show you because what I did. Okay, so can I pause this?
Thanks, Docinator. Appreciate it, mate.
Okay, so it's a little hard to see. I stopped the rotating, but from this particular angle, I mean, this is kind of in the way right here, but
yeah.
I rotated the maw inward here and the other maw inward down. So you've got two faces staring directly at his face with Venom's actual face. You know what I mean? So all three heads are focusing right on his face. Like,
yes.
I was like, okay, that's cool.
It.
That's cool.
I love it. And you know what? Like those maws, right? Because Venom isn't as mobile, I think that's where you're allowed to get creative with them, you know, because you can use them to tell a story more so without having to move his body as, let's say, you might be able to move a Spider-Man or whatever.
Right.
You know?
Right. And he's very, you know, I don't want to say he's power posy, right? But he's pretty. Yeah. He's not like Hulk or Thanos, you know, in that sense.
He's still got mobility.
Like, yeah, he still has some.
Yeah.
Hey, KG.
What's up, KG? What's up, man? Now, KG knows how to pose a. He knows how to pose a Venom. Come on, KG. You know how to pose a Venom, brother. I miss you, man. I haven't talked to you for ages. Bud. I feel like. Hit me up, bro. Hit me up.
Well, I know
you're all good, brother.
KG was starting to pose as Miles, which was good. I was letting him know, you know, hey, Miles can be posed, buddy.
Yeah, he's been busting him out.
Yeah.
I think Max is asking you for Miles. Do you have Miles?
Do I have Miles? I do have Miles. I do have Miles. But here's the thing, my Miles, I have a custom stand in my DTOF, and I have an acrylic rod that runs through the custom stand, the shelf. Yeah. So my Miles is literally standing upside down in my DTOF while another Spider-Man's standing right side up between the shelves.
Oh, dog.
So this whole, and they're looking at each other. Like one Spider-Man's looking down while Miles is looking up between.
That is awesome.
Yeah, between the
How'd you get that
realms.
idea?
So,
what made you think of that?
Well, a friend of mine, so Stony Stands, man, he makes some stuff. You guys hit him up, man. He makes a lot of cool acrylic stands or shelvings for your DTOFs, and it's a good friend of mine. I know him for a while, and he basically made a Spider-Man DTOF shelf, right? It's an acrylic shelf, and it's a bunch of it's a giant spider web is what the acrylic, that's your shelf. So you remove the glass, right? And then he's got he bored a hole in it perfectly to put a acrylic rod through it, and the rod's long enough to take, for example, with Miles, I took his waist grabber and slid it into the acrylic rod.
Yeah.
And then he's stuck in between the shelves, so he can effectively stand upside down. Kind of do like a whole Spider-Verse thing.
That is sick.
I need to take a better picture of my DTOFs, but I did throw one up on my Instagram a while back, and you can kind of see it.
Yeah, brother.
But it was with my phone. It was a quick little, it was kind of dark, and but it's cool. It's really cool looking. Otherwise, I would grab my Miles, but I got them set. Like, I got them set that way.
I get that. Now I'm gonna have Spidey choking out Venom for you. I will try my best to appease. You know who else I want? I don't have Scarlet Spider. No, I would really love Scarlet Spider. So how about you lay down there? Because
I do have Scarlet Spider.
It's like a dream to pose, Adam. From what I've seen,
he is locked in, bro. I wonder.
Let's see. The only thing with Venom is I wish I could get him to crouch in more than what he does.
Yeah, I'd like him a little bit. I like to be able to crouch him a little bit more. Max, those photos are on my Instagram. You can see how I've got them set up, kind of like a Spider-Verse thing, and then my Scarlet Spider, he is like in the coolest pose, and I don't want to undo him. You'll have to see him. He's kind of a pain in the ass to get to right now, because in front of my DTOFs is like my table for all my photo stuff. But I've got that Scarlet Spider in a perfect like web swinging. Like I have his knee all the way like damn near up to his chest. You know, like classic like you'll have to see. He's really cool looking, man. So I love Spider-Mans, dude. I love Spider-Mans. They're so much fun to pose. I've been saying that for ever. Because I know a lot of people don't really like trying to pose them. I haven't personally had any issues with any of the suits.
Okay.
Every so often I do unpose them and kind of inspect them, but I haven't had any issues, man.
And that's the cool thing. The more people who talk about that, like that don't have issues, I think it gives more people confidence on, what you can
exactly
do.
And exactly that. I was like, hey, look, you can pose. It's just you have to take your time too. I think a lot of people may feel maybe a little rushed sometimes. When trying to
kind of like what I'm doing here, like I'm kind of rushing because I'm trying to get the pose in, but in general I will take my time.
Right. You'll take because the small movements, and the thing is like you don't really see what the body looks like underneath the suit. And a lot of people don't know like how you can manipulate those joints and rotate the limbs, and you can do it, but when you're rotating the limbs under the suit's moving, so you have to kind of move the suit back a little while moving the joint, move the suit back a little, and you can get these wild poses, but you have to dude, like that Scarlet Spider took me about an hour to pose him that way.
Yeah. You gotta really take your time and fiddle, and like most of the time I'll do it and then I'll look at it and then remove it and move it around again, and there's so many different things that you can do. Where are we? Okay, I'm nearly there. I'm trying my best to get this one done for you guys nice and quick. Where are we?
Get a good grab on him and have him try to...
I might need to move the camera a bit. So it's a bit hard to see, but I've got one hand pulling his mouth sideways and then the other hand of Spidey holding back this arm here.
Yeah.
I just haven't tweaked the body yet though. So I want to try and get the body wrapping around him a bit more. So let me just try and do that.
No, that looks cool,
I feel like getting him to like use, like actually balance on Venom would be sick, I think.
And that's kind of what I
And
did here. Like I kind of have Venom's hand on Spidey, right? Like his shoulder,
Yep.
sort of towards
Yep.
his head. And I don't think I need to, but it helps. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
definitely
Because I'm
helps.
like, okay, I know that there's this counterbalance now. This weight is being countered by Spider-Man in case, you know, there's a slight
Yeah.
bump. He's not going to fall. You know what I mean? Because
That's
Spider-Man's
right.
got the weight on him. So anytime you're dealing with multiple figures, it's a good
Yes.
rule to go by, right? You have
Trying
to
to
try
use
to
them to
incorporate
balance.
counterweight with other characters.
That's right. Like with this pose now, I've got because I'm using the flight stand. Like if I was doing this for a video or for a post, I wouldn't use this stand. I'd try and like use Venom to balance Spidey. I'd try and get
Right.
him to. But for the sake of this, just for time, I'm going to try and just get him to hold him. I've lost that arm there because I'd want to have him like almost wrapping his leg. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it. But Venom's so thick. He's such a thick boy.
I know it's really hard to get like
So thick. And I got lots of rubbing going on here. Lots of rubbing. There we go. Maybe I'll bring that arm back like that. Bring that like that. Bring this one over here. Dog pound. I'm trying for you, dog. I'm trying. No, I need
it's
the
looking
stand.
good.
Yeah, I need the stand. Because you know what I was doing here? I was using Venom's back leg to balance on the flight pole.
Oh yeah.
Using
The nice thing is though, if you get that right and you have it turned, you won't even see the flight pole.
Yeah, that's right. So we've got like, okay, well,
Yeah,
now
like
we're getting
something
somewhere.
like that.
Now we're getting somewhere. And I just need Spidey's hand to be holding Venom's arm back. Maybe like that. Oh man, he's tough. He could definitely balance better for us, that's for sure. There we go. There we go. And then
It's looking good.
Is it? I don't know. I feel like it's hard.
No,
to,
I think it's looking
hard
good.
to shake.
It's getting. I mean, now you're just kind of playing with the physics, you know, of like
Yeah.
in motion. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
that's right.
that general idea is there. I like how you're having him grab his mouth and then like hold him back. Like,
Yeah, so he's got one hand in his hand. I'll go solo for a sec so I can see. And
Yeah.
I need to just move my camera a bit, guys. Okay. Because he's a big boy. So from this angle, he's got one arm reaching up, and as we come around, we've got Spidey trying to wrap around. So this leg looks a little funky, but I'm trying to make it look like he's trying to hold onto his back, right his back. So I've got this hand pulling the face back. Yeah, I could definitely work on, maybe from behind it doesn't look so good. But from front on, let me see. From front on, I think if I were to...
maybe if you take his left leg and have it like his left, Spider-Man's left leg kind of flush on Venom's thigh, like if you can bring the knee up, maybe.
Yeah,
like
so
like he's
thigh,
stepping on him. Other one. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like
oh,
that
this one.
one.
Yeah.
If like he's like on him or something, like he's like long. You know what I'm saying? Like
might need to lift him up a little bit.
Yeah, that may work. Maybe.
There we go. Yeah, I get you. And so then I could use. So we've got the leg. Yes. Because Spidey's sticky, and the cool thing is, I love his ankle articulation.
Yeah, exactly. Take advantage of you know what I mean. Whatever figure you have that has those advantages, you want to utilize those as like, you know what I mean?
That's what I love about his, okay, that's starting to take a better shape.
Yeah.
So got the hand in here, got the leg on there. Just need to get the hand back around to the face. And have him, because I want to have I'm trying to get his fingers in Venom's mouth, like he's pulling Venom's mouth with his, like actually got his hands in his mouth, pulling it. Oh, okay. Now we're getting there. Maybe from that.
Yeah, that's
looking cool. See that? Like he's just pulling it to the side a bit. There we go. That's a bit better. And then from that angle, if you had that in the DTOF like that.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty dang cool.
He's like reaching up on him. After our episode, I might actually tweak this and try and do a video on it, guys. I'll put it up there. This might actually go into my Spider-Verse Volume 2 if I can figure out a way to get it look 100%. And then I
because the idea is there. It's very close.
Yeah, just a couple more tweaks, I think, and I could get it where I want it. But he's balancing okay now with that left leg on there. Man, I just wish we could do this stuff all the time without stands. I always think that stand is an eyesore, man. It's always an eyesore.
But you have you again. You've used the stand to your advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's a static pose like that, you're not going to see it in the. You know what I mean?
You're not going to see it in the DTOF. It's when you do stuff 360, and that's what I've always found.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep it at that. I'll keep it at that so we can
It looks
finish
sick,
off
dude.
with a bit more of a chat. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that actually. Thanks for the idea, Big Dog Pound. Legend. Absolute
Very cool.
legend. But yours, man, I am in love with yours. I'm
in love with yours too, man. I like
I've
that.
got to see you.
Spidey's
battling
nimble.
Together.
He's on the, he's on the back, and he's like, hey, he's like that little annoying, you know what I mean? He gets right on here, like it's cool.
Get off me.
I love it. Right, exactly. It's like, oh, like the hatred,
and that's where the tongue comes in really good to add
and it's like trying to
pose, right?
go back almost like he's, rearing back, trying to, see who's on him, or I'm sure he knows it's Spidey, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's a surprise attack.
Yeah, it could be a surprise attack. Spidey's he's pretty cheeky. What I probably would do if I try and do the video, when I do it, I'll tag you in it. I'll try and bend his torso more and get him. I'm going to try and do it without the stand. I'm going to try and get him. I'm going to try and counterbalance it somehow. I'll find a way to do it when I've got a bit more time to play with it. But I actually really quite like that. And so I'm pretty sure someone's probably tried this before, surely.
This may be too dark. I'm going to turn these lights off. I was trying to use the purple.
Nice. Yeah, that is sick.
But it's hard to see, huh?
It's a bit hard to see. But the Iron Spider, though, looks sick.
Yeah.
In that lighting.
I'm just trying to think in my, if I had him in a display and I had a light there, and then maybe used a lume cube to try to, I don't know. I'm just, see what I'm saying? I'm just experimenting. But we're on camera, so it's kind of hard to. Yeah. Well, maybe if he rotates around again.
Yeah, man.
If we get a little
and those
bit
lume
of
cubes
light.
are cool. They're really cool.
Yeah, these are pretty cool, man. If you can set these up and have them USB plugged in and just kind of have that like that in a display at night.
Hell yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Man, you walk into your room and you have cool lighting that in like that in your display.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That adds to the figures, man.
Dude, hugely.
That's
just I've never been a fan of museum poses. For that reason. Like some museum poses okay if depending on what the character is. Like for example, with my Star Trek figures, they're kind of museum-ish. They may have their phaser or like a little scanner or something, tricorder or something like that. Yeah. But otherwise, I can't do museum, bro. I love this. Like you said, the story. You're telling a story.
We are telling a story.
Too much here.
That is money. Oh, we got Easy Company Collectibles in the house. What's going on? Easy Company Collectibles. I'm here to say,
hey man, all X-Men, bro. So.
And then we have thanks for the thanks for that one, Easy.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna switch that back to white, I think.
Nice. Easy, did you keep your Venom? I don't know if you kept his Venom or not, because I know you did a video on him, right? I can't remember if you kept it. But yeah, I hope everybody's enjoyed our session today. Man, the time goes quick. Like I feel like we haven't talked about it as near as much as stuff I wanted to talk about. I'm like, I want to go into a deep dive. I want to get into it. I want to go into, going through all the things that we want to go into.
Hey,
I'm glad we did a bit more posing this time.
I'm always down to come back anytime you want to as well, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You can always do a round 2 or
always
something.
That's the idea of this show, is like to catch up, keep growing, keep doing that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's a blast, man. I love being able to pose and both of us having the same figures, or you know what I mean, seeing what we both do. Again, it comes back to what you were saying earlier with being inspired and I didn't know I could do that. Oh, maybe I'll do something like this, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's been good fun. Absolutely, we'll definitely be doing a round 2, that's for sure. And I definitely want to talk to you. Actually, I mean, we didn't even talk about it, about the graphics and stuff. I'm definitely hitting you up for an intro video. Anybody in the chat, do you want to see Anthony help make me an intro to my show, so it's not just my ugly mug coming up after the countdown? If we can have something
We can
cool,
do something.
because he's been creating some fire with his intros for people. So referrals, man, that's how it works. You're gonna be blowing up.
It is true, and I do have some time. As far as work's slowing down a little bit because of the Chinese New Year. So right after, mid-end February, it's
man,
I'm gonna be swamped. So I got a little bit of time.
I'm gonna try and get in before then. Easy. Oh, you got rid of it. Oh, thanks for the love, mate. Yeah, the new one's gonna be sick. I'm looking forward to getting the Eddie Brock. Are you gonna get that, Anthony? Are you gonna get the Eddie Brock?
I'm gonna just get the Carnage.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I didn't really like that whole reveal. Oh, now we have another Venom with this Venom. I mean, it's the head. Just it's the same. Yeah, I was a little bummed. I guess it works if you couldn't get this Venom, but at the same time, I'm like you mentioned earlier, if you're into Venom, you're probably into Spider-Man. So if you're into Venom, you're probably into Carnage too. So so for me, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna get that Carnage, then still get the Eddie Brock head sculpt.
That's right.
And a cool little bust. I think that's a great idea to have that bust.
That's really cool. The bust is really cool.
Yeah, I think that's very neat. Idea.
I'm definitely going to be getting the Carnage to put that alongside. I think they're going to look great.
The other Venoms I'm passing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Just to have the Eddie Brock head, and I just hope they do him a bit more justice in the films moving forward.
Yeah,
that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
It's just a weird situation, man, because I'm a purist with Spider-Man, and I was kind of on the fence anyway about getting this, but I love Venom. Not so much the cinematic Venom, but I like Venom. So I was like, I have to get him. Yeah. And it's just rough. It's rough having a Venom in a universe, movie universe that has nothing to do with Spider-Man. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Just does not compute.
I think that's all going to change now, though. Hopefully that's all going to change.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. And we made it through the episode without spoiling Spider-Man as well, so I'm happy about that, because
that's true.
I do want to talk about it, but I haven't been on a stream yet to talk about it. But I've been like, I'm trying to find a way to go see it a second time.
I would have, time zones was a bit different, but on Saturday, brother Cousins and we did it on my channel. We talked for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I caught the end.
We were just like, you know what, we gotta talk, bro. Let's do it. I don't care. We'll just stream it. I made a thumbnail that says spoiler talk, and I said it so many times in the stream. I'm like, we're spoiling everything. So we didn't get a lot of viewers. We got we got a little bit, but I wanted to make
the next day is a bit tough.
Yeah, but I mean, people have been watching it since since the live. So I would go see it if you haven't seen it. It's a phenomenal film.
Yeah, Max, get in there, mate. Make sure you go see it. Don't, because you're. I know Max said he hasn't seen it. You'll be dodging bullets for a long time, brother. You need to just do your best. Get out there and see it. So
it's rough. It's rough to not get spoiled on these things.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and he's like, Anthony spoiled everything.
I did, but you know what? I didn't force anybody to watch the video. And the thumbnail says spoiler.
Are you in lockdown, Max? You can't go in. Oh, dog! I didn't know you. What? Are you guys in lockdown and you can't go? I didn't know that. Man, it's getting crazy down here in Australia. I tell you what, with some of the things that's coming in.
That's what I've been hearing. Yeah.
It's it's not a good time with that. But we're lucky here in WA in that sense that we can still go to the movies and stuff like that. Sorry to hear, Max, if you can't go see it. That sucks. Thanks for still coming on. I would have been too scared to have it spoiled.
We're 3K cool. Cases we respect everybody.
Well, we'll do our best not to. Look, Anthony, we'll probably have to call it here, guys, because I got to get ready for work. These damn time zones. I tell you what, but we got to do another one, because I had so much more I wanted to talk to you about that we actually didn't even get to. So could keep going on forever.
Absolutely.
Anthony's pose looks like a friggin' statue. It does, doesn't it? How epic is it with that lighting too, man? You came, and you came with the heat. You literally came with the heat today. I love
Well,
it.
you know, I'm sure somebody's gonna come on and top me, right?
Oh,
I
man.
mean, maybe
It's not about that though. It's all
no, I
about just
know.
having fun.
No, it's fun, man. I was just trying to have some fun with you, and I thought, you know, well, just I was looking at my Spider-Mans, and I thought, well,
Yeah.
what would complement the Tendrils?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, shit,
Hell yeah.
I gotta use an Iron Spidey because
Yeah.
it just creates this dynamic
Such
all
a
around.
dynamic.
You know,
Such a dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a that you could do a video of that and do a reel and add some music to it on Insta, and that would look sick. Because reels, you can do a minute reel. You film it on the turntable with your phone up like that, and that's what I love doing. You fill it like a reel like that. Add some Spidey fight music to it or Venom music or whatever, and that'll
yeah, maybe I'll do
with
that.
With that lighting would look unbelievable. I'm telling you.
Because I was gonna take a picture. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna not pose it anymore. So in a little while, I'm gonna put it out in the photo area.
Yeah.
Try to take some good shots. Then maybe I can do a reel then and just get.
Yeah. A reel would look sick, brother, because then everybody gets to see it in 3D with the lighting.
See the whole...
Put some music to it. I love watching the poses to music. It'll look unbelievable, I reckon. Hell yeah! That's what I'm going to do with this one when I tweak it up. Probably
let's
tomorrow
do it.
morning.
Yeah, I'll do it, man. And I'll link it. I'll link it to your channel. Be like, yo, this is what we do in posed up.
That's what we do in posed up,
man. You know.
Hell
Absolutely.
Yeah, brother. Oh, legend. Look, thanks for making the time to come on today, mate. And everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, mate. We've been wanting to do Venom for a while, right? Like
I know, right? Right. Part of it was like, how am I going to set up my area to, you know? But I figured it out, and we're good.
Yeah, you did. And I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate you taking the effort to do that, because I know you had.
Yeah, no problem. Of course, it's so fun.
Yeah. I think like just chatting and posing, it's really cool. Like I really do enjoy doing that.
Yeah, man. It's good fun. It's like we're out having a cup of coffee, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine like, if we're in real life posing them up, then it'd be interesting to do it that way too one day. Like kind of like Hot Ones. Like Hot Ones on YouTube, if you've seen it, sit there and pose up together.
No, it's really cool, man. And it's a really nice concept, to get insights from everybody within the community.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to watch, like, because I've watched all of yours, so it's cool because you get this other side of people, you know what I mean? Like I may not, talk about certain things on my channel, for example, or on somebody else's big stream, because there's 6, 7, 8 of us. So, it's more, I love it. Yeah. We can be a little more personal with one another in the community and just kind of, shoot the breeze and do some posing.
That's what I like. I want to keep it as a one-on-one, so because the whole goal is to get to know people more. And I feel like this is a way of us connecting and doing pose up together and getting to know each other a bit better. So we'll definitely do another one. Like I want to do another one with everybody I've done with. And that's probably what I'll do. I'll go, whoever I can get on when we get on, and then go back and do other ones. The only issue I might find, and I've thought about, is I don't have enough figures to constantly do different figures all the time. So,
we'd have to kind of ballpark it, and especially for you, because let's say you do 8, like if I'm episode 8, you've already done this with 7 other people. Yeah. So even if you were to reset and go, okay, let's just say this ends at episode 8, this is season 1, for example. Yeah. Do you have another 8 figures?
Yeah, I know, right?
For a season, you know what I mean? Like, so you have to think, because for me, I'm like, oh, I got another figure. What do you need? And you're like, well, shit, I've already used like 15.
Yeah. So that could be a problem. I might.
Well, you can always mix it back up and you can vary it though. For example, like let's say you run out and you have somebody like if Brother Cousins comes back on, then you do Venom with him.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea. Like what we're actually going to do, I think, is we're probably going to do the accessories kit with Market 50, because we've both got that. And like I'm like, oh, we could do the accessories kit. But you're right, I could do the same figure with different people and all that type of thing. That's a good idea, man. You're an ideas man. I like it.
Hey, I'm just saying, ideas, man. They're out there. I'm just grabbing one. They're out there for everybody to take. You know what I mean? So you could definitely do that, and that'll prolong. Hell, it doesn't matter. Even if you did like 8 different people, and that whole 8 people was all Venom. Yeah, man, it's a lot of Venom, but you get a perspective of everybody's flavor and style to their own.
Right. That's right. And you think about it, we did like 2 or 3 poses. There's so many more poses you can do. So there's the other. There's the other
infinitely.
side.
I mean,
lots more different things you can do,
especially with Spidey's and some Marvel stuff. Star Wars is a little
Yeah.
You know, I have most of my figures are Star Wars, and it's not to say that you can't, but I don't think you can get as many creative poses with Star Wars. I could just be
Mm,
talking out of my ass because in
mm.
comic books, you know, you're used to
Yeah,
these
you're thinking.
crazy superhero, and to an extent you can with Jedi, right? You know, they can
Yeah.
launch and kind of flyish, you know what I'm saying, like that kind of.
Yeah.
So, but it's a little hard. A lot of my Star Wars are stoic. You still do it, but you
Mm,
know, you can do troopers and
yeah.
like military, you know,
We could do
formations
something
or
like that one
something.
day. I've only got Mandos at the minute, but if we were to get like do a battle scene or something, you can do like I think going to dioramas and creating like bigger scenes. We just need a bit more space to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. I
But,
think I could probably squeeze maybe a third figure on this,
yeah,
but that would be dependent on how I've manipulated them.
yeah,
But definitely like a two. Well, these guys are also pretty big, you know, keep in mind.
yeah.
If we
Venom's
didn't
big.
have
Yeah,
the spider legs and the tendrils, we'd have room for like a third guy like right here.
yeah,
So
for real,
yeah, we can
for real.
absolutely, man.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, again, thanks again, guys, for all being here.
Hmm.
S Beam said he'd like to have me on your channel one day. Oh, awesome, mate. Appreciate it. Oh, I need to go sub to you. I don't think I'm. I don't know if I'm on your channel. What's your channel called, S Beam? Is it S Beam? I didn't know you had a channel. Sorry. Okay, I'll definitely subscribe though. Put it in the chat for us for sure. Thanks, Easy, for coming along as well. Legend,
Yeah,
appreciate it,
he's
mate.
coming.
Thanks to everybody, Max, Big Dog Pound,
Everybody, yeah.
Dockinator, everybody. Like, I'm probably going to be a fool and forget people that are in here. Obi's Toy Box, Legend. Who else we got?
Brother
El
Cousins
Profeso,
earlier, El
Brother
Profeso,
Cousins, KG, everyone. I really
KG.
appreciate the support, guys. Thanks for being here. I'm not sure when the next episode will be, just over Christmas time, but I'm definitely looking forward to doing a couple more things. Before we head out, I did actually do a little. I tried to actually do something professional for once. There we go. Make sure you subscribe to Six Scale Mafia on IG and
Hey,
YouTube. I made that up yesterday. I'm still learning how to use
hey, no
StreamYard.
problems.
If you haven't already,
Appreciate.
go on there and check out his stuff, guys. Before we leave, what do you got coming up next then, mate? You got a bit of a break with work, so you're going to be doing any
Yeah, since
more
I have a little
reviews
bit
or
of a
things
break,
coming?
I think we're gonna do our my live streams on Mondays.
Yeah,
Probably around this time, same time, like around 3
awesome.
Pacific. You know, that way I'm not like, because it's rough. You know, there's a lot of us
Yeah,
out there, and I try to, you
yeah,
know, you got to have a slot somewhere, and you know, it's inevitable that you may like overlap certain, you know, other channels
yeah.
or what have
It
you. But
happens.
I'm trying to keep it. You know, I think
Yeah,
Mondays will be good, and again, it's kind of like, you know, we talked that, you know, sometimes I try to talk a little bit different about some things, because a lot of times, as much as I love everybody, sometimes we end up talking about the same stuff. So it's nice
mm,
to be able to kind of delve into other aspects of collecting. So we've been
yeah.
kind of looking into that, and
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be having any reviews coming anytime soon, but we
Yep.
do have the live streams, and
Yeah.
I'm getting close to that 1,000 subs. I mean, there's a little bit more to go, but once
Yeah.
I do that, I think I'll be doing a giveaway as well
Hell
of
yeah, brother.
yeah,
Nice.
probably be like an IG-11 or a heavy infantry Mando. I got a couple
Oh, I'm entering.
spares,
I
so
want that heavy Mando. I need that heavy Mando. So
oh
I'm
man, if
entering.
shipping wasn't so
Count me in.
crazy over there, I
Oh
don't
man,
know
it's
what shit. Maybe
hectic.
we're some, but yeah, I have two. You know, I have extras of those, so
Hell yeah.
probably gonna do that at 1,000. Give back to the community, you know. But
That's
otherwise, no,
cool,
it's been
man.
it's been good, man. Just streams on Mondays, and I'm doing a
Nice.
lot of Instagram stuff too, so I appreciate it. You
Yeah.
guys check that out, and I do have a
Yeah,
Facebook group,
definitely.
same name, but you know,
Oh, cool. All
there's
right,
a
I'll
lot of
go.
groups,
Yeah, look, I'm
but
terrible with that stuff. I'll go
oh yeah,
check it out.
yeah, come
I'll
check it
definitely
out
go
if you
check it
want.
out.
It's just, you know, I post a lot of, you know, either pictures here or there, or you know, alerts of where we're, you know, maybe streaming, or a lot of XO6,
Yeah.
you know, Trek stuff. So yeah, it's cool to check
Hell yeah.
out. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I guess then, lastly for me, guys, next on the channel, it will be my Spidey 10 scene posing showcase. I'll be doing this one. I will do this one. I'll add it to the next one that I'm going to put out. It's more of a compilation of my experiences with people like yourself, Anthony, putting them into a
Hmm.
video. Next up, I'll be probably next post up episode might not be until maybe next week. We'll see. If not, next year, with the way the holiday break is. But on the subscriber thing, once I hit at 1K subscribers, I always forget to mention it whenever I'm on something. I'm actually giving away my DX02 Dark Knight with a custom cape. So I've got a Jackson Jew custom cape for my DX02 Batman. That was my figure. I only had it for about 5 months. So it's still real fresh condition, guys. I've hardly done anything with it. I'm giving that away once I hit 1K subscribers. So once I get there, I'm going to give that away, and then we'll work on the next thing that I'm going to give away. I tried to do a deal with a toy company, and they wouldn't do it because at the time I didn't have enough subscribers. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to give away my own figure. Anywhere in the world, I will look after you because I really appreciate the support. So I will give that away once we hit 1K, and then I'm going to be doing something else. I've got a couple more shows I'm planning for the channel. We're going to be doing a kit bash thing, so I'll touch base with you as well more about that kit bash challenge for next year, because I think that might be a lot of fun for us to have some fun and build a figure and, you know, have some time to actually just see what we can do. I think I'm really looking forward to doing that, and that's just another way I want to try and bring some people together. But we're looking to do that first episode mid-Jan, so I'll be in touch. I've just got a few more people to confirm. Looking to be about 10 of us. We get about 10 of us, I think, because I can only fit like 10 on a stream, right? So I want to be able to have it on a stream. So we'll be doing that. Yeah. So maybe 9 competitors and then 8 competitors and 2 judges or something. I might get someone to judge. So at the end we can have some
something
fun.
Like that would be cool.
Just, you know, just for fun, just for shits and giggles. But yeah, there's that. And anybody who wants to join in with that, look out for it, because you can join in and be part of it. Even if you're not on the video, you can still be part of it in the group and send pictures, and we'll sort all that out. But yeah, man, I really appreciate it. I've had a great time. Time flew as always. Yeah, man, it goes so fast, man. 2 hours. You think about 2 hours. That's freaking quick. Yeah, I loved it. Love your pose. You
as well.
Unbelievable. One of the best Venom pose setups I've seen. So I think that's epic, brother.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, man. I guess stay tuned, because I'll take some pictures and.
Hell yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want to see it. I want to see it up there. I want to see it up there, brother. But everybody in the chat, thanks again for being here. Thanks, Anthony. Until next time, guys, I'm doing my little catchphrase: live life, have fun, and keep posing. We out.